So let's go ahead and tackle this one, everybody. As always, we begin by understanding what we're trying to determine, what we're trying to find here. And so what we see here is that it says, what is the number? So there's the goal. We know that we're just trying to find the value of some hidden number. We get it. But we have to be careful about how we go about it and translate this information. So what does it say here? It says 15 more than 3 times a number is 36. What is that number? Okay, so let's go ahead and get after it here. So the one thing that I definitely 100% recognize is that word is. In the chat box, everybody help me out. What does the word is translate to 99.999% of the time that you read it? Yeah, that's going to be equal. It's equals. So let's go ahead and use that as our little border between the left and the right sides, because the right side, right there, it's going to be 36. So that's going to be pretty simple. But here is where we have to pay a little more attention. 15 more than 3 times a number. What does that really mean? Remember, everybody, when we have the phrase more than, what we are really needing to think about is a backwards interpretation. So when we say 15 more than blank, what we're saying, everybody, is whatever is in that blank, we're going to write it first, and then we're going to go 15 more than it. So whatever is in that blank, we'll then add 15 to it. That's all that is. If it's less than, you'll subtract whatever it is that you're describing. So that's the idea. So when we read our first sentence again, it says 15 more than, so we'll add 15 to 3 times the number. So 3 times the number, that's going to be represented in this case. We can use x for the number. So 3 times the number would be 3x. So that's what the left side describes, everybody. 3x plus 15. Once we have that, now we're in the clear to go ahead and work backwards and solve this equation, and we're good. So step by step here. Step 1, let's take care of that plus 15. Let's get rid of that. So we'll subtract 15 from both sides. Right there and right there. Once we do that, cancels out on the left. We have 3x equals 36 minus 15, which is 21. Now that we're there, everybody, last and final step here, we are going to divide both sides by 3, canceling on the left, giving us x equals 7. And there we are. That's what makes the correct answer here. Answer choice D, 7, and we're all good. There's our answer. Starting right here. So this problem definitely won't be as easy as you initially think it is compared to the other fundamental questions. So let me show you why here, because it's still a very doable problem. So right here, it asks, hey, what is the number? Okay, no worries. We're looking for some number. We'll just say x. And then we'll proceed to read the sentence, but we'll break it down by phrase. So here, it says the sum of a number and 42 is equal to 8 times the number. So be very careful here, everybody. Very careful. I'll start by breaking it up into what I recognize, which is equal to, which means equals, and then it says not just 8, but it says 8 times the number. Be very careful there, folks. Be very careful there. So on the left side of it, we're shown the sum of a number and 42. And on the right side, 8 times the number. So I'll use 2 different highlighters here. Highlighter here on the left side will be blue, and it describes the sum of a number and 42. Everybody, you tell me. If the number that I'm using, or the letter I'm using for the number is x, sum means that we'll add x and 42. Let me know if that makes sense to you so far. The sum of a number and 42 means x plus 42. Sweet. And then from there, what I'll go ahead and proceed to do is I'll go ahead and ask, what does the right side mean? And the right side means 8 times the number. So let me use a different color there. Let's go ahead and use red. 8 times a number, that'll be written as 8 multiplied by x. Just like that. And so now that we're here, I hope you see, or I think you see, that this is a little different than those previous questions where we only had one variable. Now we have variables on both sides, but it's still the same idea. We're still solving equations. We're still working backwards. We're still good. So let's go ahead and get this done here by first understanding we have a variable on both sides. So let's just get one variable on one side. So we can move the 8x to the left side, or since the 42 is already here, let's just move the x over to the right. Let's just go ahead and do it that way. So to do that, here's how we think about it, everybody. The x is just sitting there. It's being added in. And pop quiz, everybody, pop quiz. What is the opposite of just adding something into an equation? What is the opposite of having something just being added there? Yeah, subtraction. We will subtract both sides by x and watch how it cancels on the left. Yes, that can happen. It cancels on the left. We keep that 42, and the right side is now going to be 8x minus x. Everybody, if we have 8 x's and we take away one of those x's, how many do we now have? Yeah, we'll now have 7x. Exactly. So now 42 equals 7x. And from here, I think we can agree that this is a much easier step. All we have to do is divide both sides by 7, and we have that final answer. There we go. Cancels out right there, and we get x equals 6. And there's our answer, everybody. The correct answer here is answer choice A. But again, it's really about interpreting these sentences properly. All right, next problem up here. So the first thing we're going to do, read that question sentence. We have to understand what we're trying to get here at the end of the day. So what we see here is what value of x satisfies the equation. Okay, cool. So again, before we get into all the details, we want to know what x is. So when we take a look at what we're given y equals mx plus b. So when we write that down, y equals mx plus b, you start to notice that, oh, okay, we're given a couple of things. We're told that y equals 72 right over here. And so I'll go ahead and replace y with 72. Next up, I'll go ahead and notice that m is given to me as 7. I'm looking for x, so I'll leave that as is. And then we're given the value of b, which is 9. All right, so now that we're here, here's the goal. The goal is x. Am I working forward or backward to get this? I'm going to be working backwards. Because if I were working forward, I would be looking for what's right here. I would be looking for the y. And I would just have to just multiply and add all of this up and we're good. But we're looking for x. So we need to get rid of the 7 and we need to get rid of the 9. When we follow the order of operations, going backwards, because again, we are working backwards, we are going to get rid of the 9 first. We'll subtract 9 on both sides, which will cancel on the right side. Everyone help me out. When we have 72 minus 9, what will that give us? That'll be 63, spot on. So we have 63 equals 7x. And now that we're at this step, remember, we're still in the right mindset. We're working backwards. And so what we'll do now is we will divide both sides by 7. And there we go. The correct answer here will be x equals 9. 63 divided by 7 gives us 9, which is answer choice C. Remember, everybody, we need to plug the right values into the right places first. Then we go about our business, whether it's operating forward or backwards, but we're solving the equation after we plug things in.